All right, we got a 2016 Cadillac CT6, the rear shade. The front one I did it with the dealer, fixed it. The front ones are easier because you could lift up your sunroof and you get to 4 bolts, take the glass out, and then there's only one T15, I assume, or something like that here, and the other side pops out and you take out the whole roll. So the front one was done under warranty. The Cadillac dealer sucks in Walnut Creek, so I was gonna do the back one myself to go the forward. And then this one looks like it has indentations for 4. I was guessing they're 10 millimeters with Phillip heads here, here, and here. And then same on the other side. We'll pull this roof off the glass, which is maybe not what I want to do today, but and then we'll pull this one apart, put this back together, and then drop the glass back down. So hopefully it all works out. Oh yeah, the other thing I was gonna say is you could not touch the glass at all, and you could drop this whole headliner. So all the little mics, all the electronics, all the handles, all the airbag stuff, I mean the airbags would stay there, all the pillars all the way around, all these pieces back over here, which seems like a lot more work than the 8 bolts up here. But doing it the way that's going to take 3 or 4 hours or more, you don't risk breaking or messing up the glass or how the seal goes or any of that stuff. But I don't want to do that, so I'm going to do the 4 bolts here, 4 bolts here, and she should pop up. So cross your fingers. So I pulled this little weather stripping down, just slides out, just goes right back in. Not a big deal. So I took out the 4 bolts when I dropped in here. Well, I'll get it when I get the window out. And then they're just little guys like that. It moved a little bit. Feels like maybe there's something in the front. I'm hoping not, because I don't see it. So we'll pull this side and we'll get back. All right, we pulled the 4 bolts and the glass. And now we're gonna look for the other side, which one it is. And then this is from the eBay $100 one or so replacement. The dealer's probably like 300 bucks. I see a lot of people have good ratings. Here's the glass. I definitely needed help. Robin helped me out with that, so God bless her. So I know that one side pops in and one side has a hole down. Oh, here it goes. So this is the new one they replaced. It's the old one, so we need to look under here. So I'll figure out which side it is and I'll bring you guys back. So on this side you pull up the gasket, and under here is the T20 or 15, but you could do it with the 20, so the 20 is the right size. The other side just pushes in, and I'll show you that side when we get there. So on this side here, this one comes up and sits in this little carrier here. So we'll just have to pull on this and get it out, but I think it'll pivot over. And I'm not 100% how these attach here onto this bar that goes back and forth. Doesn't seem like I have a lot of room, so I might just move it to the middle, the shade, and then go from there. There's a new one that bolts down, and then this is that whole little clip piece. I know you have to pull this pin when you get ready to let it go. You just don't do it now, or else it'll start spinning. So it looks like that just pops up, and then they give you this whole piece here. It's weird though, it has this thing with this. I'm not sure exactly how that attaches. So I didn't move this back yet. I think they go here. Pretty sure I gotta move this back, so I'm gonna do that. Got it. This has to slide out, and then this flips over this way, and then the gray runs on here. So basically those clips hold it in place. Oops. Here, see, I moved it halfway, and this whole thing comes this way because you have the cables that run it back and forth this way. You can see one way over there, the little gray. And so this has to pop this way, slide back on with the new one, and pop this way, slide back in with the new one, and then the clips hold it in place. All right, let's try to get that done. pretty good amount of force has to be used. I think these are like a wedge, and so they're wedged in there, and it has this little felt to like guide it in here. But you gotta support this. If you were to yank that, you'd probably break something in here. So you gotta hold on this pretty good tight and use He-Man to go that way. And now that side's loose, this side's loose, that slide. Let me get that one. We should be able to get the whole thing out. All right, we got this one out. It's got basically what I said. So this one doesn't have like this little edge, so that is a concern because it rides on the inside going back and forth. Not that we ever open up these things, but I guess that's what you pay for. It doesn't have this little, it is folded over and it is double thick, but it's not, it doesn't have that little weather stripping. I don't know if that justifies $200, but I definitely don't want to do this again. So hopefully it all works out. But yeah, you can see in here, that one, and you see how that one broke on the inside. So we pushed it back one day, and what it did was it just said, bah! Literally broke. And this is the inside, so like, here's the piece that broke. Little plastic thing. Now I seen a guy make one of these out of metal, because nothing's wrong with the shade, right? And then rewind it, put a pin in it like the new one has, then have the metal one machined and put in here. Seems like you're doing a lot, so I'm good with that. I mean, if you have means to do it, but I mean, he made them all. He's on there, you'll find them. But he made this. The time and the effort, do this job in maybe an hour by yourself or so. But the time and the effort to make this and machine that out of a bolt, and it'll never break. But man, I think you're doing the most on that one, nephew. All right, let me wash my hands because I don't get this one dirty. All right, so what I did was I got some gloves on, and I moved this all the way closer so I can hook this piece on, bolt that down, and then pull that pin on the other side. So that's what I'm gonna do next. So I want to show you a couple little things. One, you got to flip this so that this rolls under it on the top. That's how I took it off. You could put it the other way, but then you're going to see this black piece. You shouldn't see this black piece. It should be all material. So you wrap it around it once, it goes in this little groove, and then you line up these. If you don't put it in that little groove, it has to, this material has to go under, under this. See how it's under it? You can put it on top, but then you ain't gonna be right. So it needs to be under it, and you have to roll this one time on itself. I'll kind of show you with how the other one is. You see how it is? You can do it like this, but then you're gonna see this black underneath, right? So you roll it, and then you have this piece, this material underneath that plastic piece. And it goes under here, and then it sits in another groove. We'll show you that in a second. So I'm gonna bolt this down and pull that pin, and then we should be able to run it, and then we'll start bolting things back together, hopefully. All right, so this piece, the broken piece, you slide the whole assembly in, and then that little piece that's that lip there at the bottom holds in, and the triangle piece half bottom is on the top. I'll show you. And then so I went ahead and put in the T20. I got these pushed on. I think these clips lock it, so I gotta get those little clips in. And then the other side is put into the little slot. So I do is just pull it away, right? And you drop it back into this little slot there. So now she's sitting right on top with the other piece in between. Now pull this, it should all get tight. I'm gonna put my little clips in. There's a snug up on there. Sorry. So this is snug on here. We're just gonna lock into place. I assume that's where they go. I know there was metal ones that flung out, but they come with plastic ones. Maybe I'll use the metal ones, not 100%. And then I'm gonna pull that, and it should all get snug, and then we'll run it back and forth. I'll show you that in a second. So these white ones come with it. The black ones are plastic. They're pretty much, or they are exactly the same. You have a 50-50 chance with where they go. I can't really tell if they sit on top or on the bottom with the little fingers. Either sit on top or the bottom. I'm not sure of the purpose of these. Let's see if I can find out which way. No one on the internet shows it, but let's see if there's some pictures. All right, still haven't figured out the clips. I'm hoping this tightens up like I think, or should it be already tight? Not sure, because right now it's fluffy, but oh, well, you know what? This one's not tight. This one's tight. So I'm thinking of unbolting it, flipping it one time, make this snugger. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so we got it rolled back up. It's pretty snug. I don't know if that's right or wrong. I clipped this on here, and I lied about that piece at the bottom. It does have that still the same leather piece. So we're gonna pull this. Let's see what happens. Nothing. Good. Now, I still didn't put those little fingers in, but it should be good enough to go back and forth. Let's see. Let me look at it one more time, make sure I'm not forgetting nothing. Well, this is going to be in the way, right? Yeah. Okay, but we can move it a little bit. I think we're good here. I could take this all the way off for this little thing, but I'm not gonna. All right, let's just move it back and forth, see what it looks like. So, I think it's this one. Okay, well, I don't like that. And I don't like that. I don't know what we could do about it. Oh, be back. All right, as you can see, it's hella dark. With this little clip, the fingers go into the bottom and they fit into these little stitches right here. So you have to put one finger here, one like that, and push it in. Not easy. So yeah, that's what I've been doing for about an hour. Now, if you don't care, you'll have wrinkles. I care, so it's flat. And I'll show you that when I'm done. I'm losing light. All right, so this is it. Took way too long. Where's the button? Pretty good. Tiny little buckle there, but everything else is square. All right.